Oh boy, do I love making these videos. Yes, I do. Most anticipated earnings releases for the week of November 11th. I love these. I love doing them. This week we got a couple heaters, a little bit less heaters than previously, but there's still some big heaters coming up here that we need to look out for. So keep an eye out. We'll see what to look at here. Okay. We're starting Monday, Veterans Day. Crack open a cold soda for those veterans, as I mentioned. Crack open a cold one, baby. We got before open Neptune Wellness Solutions, Amicus Therapeutics, 9, Brookfield Renewable Energy Partners, so BEP. We all know ticker symbol BEP. Good dividend payer right there. We got Carbo, Compugen, Curate. We got Postal Realty Group and BioLine RX, a couple different pharmaceutical slash therapeutic companies. Definitely always important ones to check during earnings because they're so sporadic in terms of their trading. They could go up and down in an instant. You never know. After close, we do have what I would consider a heater. That's right, Tencent is a heater. That's an important one to look at. Top Chinese video game company. Absolutely something to look at. I think Tencent is an important one to look at for us. We also have DXC Technologies. We have Grocery Outlet, Bargain Market. I've never known that this existed, honestly. I don't know if it's a regional thing for me, but I definitely do not have any around me. We have Assure, Franco Nevada. That's right, Nevada. I say it differently every time I say it. I definitely say Nevada more, though. We got Foamix Pharmaceuticals. Again, if one of their drugs isn't performing well. We got Fibrogen, UGI Corporation, ICU Medical, and Kingstone. Tuesday, we have a big day in case you partake in the smoking of the ganja. I certainly do not, but not really at all that. It's more important if you partake in the stocks of the ganja, more like. But I also don't do that either, so kind of a boring day for me. So we got Kronos Group, ticker symbol KRON. Used to be one of the most hyped stocks. One of the hype stocks. Again, the hype's really died around these weed stocks because people realize they have some more realistic expectations now, and things were a little bit too overhyped. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes and how investors mull over that report and how they treat it. We got Overstock.com, which is a little bit of an interesting play. Overstock.com is an interesting business model, and I kind of enjoy them. So I'll have to look at that. We got DR Horton. Can't speak. Tyson. Everyone knows you get some chicken from Tyson. They make a mean frozen chicken product, like every single one. They own everything in the world, but Tyson's a good company to own. We have Advanced Auto Parts. That's right, Advanced Auto Parts, baby. We're ready in advance. We got CBS Corporation. Fake news. They're not as much. I mean, yeah. Let's just keep it at that. We have C. I don't know what C is, but why is it? I like their logo, though. I really do like their logo. We have Kemet, Charged Electronic Components. That's an interesting one. Not sure about them, but again, we'll see. We have another big old company, Dean Foods. It'll be interesting to see. Dean Foods is a nice consumer staple stock to own. We have Sage, not to be confused with the devil's lettuce from the stocks earlier. Sage is not the same as the devil's lettuce. That was a joke about spices, in case you were curious. After close, we have Tilray, another one of these hype weed Mary Jane stocks. Something to look at. One of the hotter stocks right now, Skyworks Solutions. A lot of it's just due to 5G capabilities and what the future holds in terms of smartphones with 5G. There's been a lot of hype and a lot of investors purchasing Skyworks based off of that, which makes plenty of sense. 5G is the future. It'll be rolling out next year. And it's a good reason for people to upgrade their phones. We have a couple little companies here. Huya.com, okay. We have YY Inc. I like their little logo of a raccoon. Health Insurance Innovations, 2U, Catalyst, which is, you already know, I've made a video about it before. Catalyst, I've made some money in Catalyst, so we'll see. I may or may not have bought back in. We'll see. We have Canadian Solar. Hey, that's a good one. No, I don't know if it is. Aqua Metals and Omeris. So Wednesday, not as much in terms of the heater category, but there's definitely a couple heaters. I think Luckin Coffee is an interesting one to look at after being purchased. We obviously have Energizer. The batteries better be lasting long, and these sales better be very good. Battery good. I couldn't think anything. Battery be good. That's a good one. Got a couple more Chinese companies going on here. Best Inc. there. We have Fiverr reporting earnings, which everyone knows Fiverr is the place where people will literally just pay you to say anything if you're famous. So that's why it's nice to be famous, guys. You could literally pay someone to say anything for you. You could pay someone to say, I love you. And then guess what? If Shia LaBeouf says I love you, you have that on video forever, and you can just enjoy that. And you probably paid $600 for him to say that. We have Stratasys, Spectrum Brands, and Alithia. The words aren't coming out properly, but Thursday, guess what? It's time for the heaters. The fire's coming on Thursday. The fire's coming. Why? Because before open, Wally World is reporting earnings. This is a very important earnings to look at because obviously Walmart's a good indicator of a market in general, how they're necessarily doing. Biggest retailer in the world, it's going to be important to see how they perform. I think it's also Wix.com, not a bad look, not a bad company to look at. Viacom, that's an important company to look at in terms of earnings. Sina, there's a lot of these Chinese companies reporting earnings. We have IGT, we have Opera, which I don't know how Opera still exists. It is just an inferior version of Google Chrome. So how does Opera exist? I mean, there's a market for everyone, but I would never use Opera. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Opera is an awful web browser in my opinion, but that's just because I'm used to the other one. Maybe people really like Opera. If you like Opera, let me know. That's Opera. No, we have Nice, and guess what? Another Chinese company, GDS. After close, it's a heater. What can I say? NVIDIA. That's a heater. NVIDIA it's a very rough traded stock right now. I mean, this thing is jumping all up and down everywhere. A lot of chip companies really are, but NVIDIA is an important company to look at. I think I very much am a fan of NVIDIA, so if I can get it at a good price, I'll be perfectly fine. More Mary Jane, more Devil's Lettuce on Thursday. We have Canopy Growth, another one of these hyped stocks, and we have Aurora Cannabis. Just call it Aurora's Devil's Lettuce, okay? We're not calling it cannabis, okay? We know what it is, okay? We also have Applied Materials, AMAT, as you might know it. Definitely nice consumer staple, or a good basis for a portfolio here in Applied Materials. I like AMAT quite a bit. We have Village. We have Wheaton. We have Farfetch, the Pokemon, Arena, Titan Pharmaceuticals, Axonics. So there's a couple different pharmaceutical ones to look at there in case of jumps. So definitely stay out of them, but look for the potential of very big price jumps. And Friday we're finishing up pretty lazy. We got JCPenney, which it's a dying company. Sorry to say that, but they kind of are. I'm the one that just realized, maybe a couple years ago, I realized that JCPenney had a second E. There's a second E in Penny. I didn't know that for the longest time, and I finally did. That's why you invest in stocks, guys. It gets you more well-rounded, so you know things. I don't know anything though, so forget about me. Um, you know, just as an honorable mention, I forgot to mention after Close Wednesday, Cisco, NetApp, Simulations Plus, Tetra Tech, TK, Beezer Homes, and I love that because it reminds me of Weezer, everyone's favorite band, Copa Airlines, Lantronix, Perspecta, and EDAP TMS. Sorry, I forgot about Wednesday. Wednesday's a pretty forgettable day, hump day and everything. We don't really care about it that much. So, Friday, HP, JCPenney. It's interesting to see how JCPenney dies, or if it does die. So, that'll be that. That's all I got.